Hopefully nothing bad happens. Hopefully this doesn't get manipulated. In the middle of the night, early in the evening, I had purchased something. It was some tea tree oil, lavender oil. It's very good for keeping out reptilians and all that shit. I got list of frequencies I use on my channel, by the way, playlist. But anyways, I brought it. Anyways, as soon as I did, I noticed that Hekate, I don't know what the fuck is going on with that. I don't know if that's an oversoul consciousness, herself. I heard from a different timeline where she was able to put me under heavy spiritual oppression until I signed a soul contract to abdicate my right to be here from my past life. Trying to give it to Zendaya, Coleman to help out the Illuminati, the Mountbatten, Windsors, Rothschilds, Meghan Markle. I call them be more specific in some timelines. I made myself other people. The Illuminati, bunch of people from the old neighborhood and around here, I believe, in the spirit plane. They were allowed to become part of the Illuminati. I might try to remove you. I mentioned his real name on here, as well as my Archangel Michael's, and I heard that after what I'm about to say happened, they replaced my Archangel Michael with her relatives, one of them called Astral Boo Baby, who actually went up against something very similar and defeated them, but got placed in a different timeline where he was not a successful YouTube vlog and all that shit. Anyways, I brought this tea tree oil. I believe in brushing my teeth with oils. I don't believe fucking with toothpaste and none of that. I'm very organic. I also wanted to get that almond oil, but from De La Cruz, but the Illuminati, the Mountbatten, Windsors, Rothschild, I know, what's her name, Filipina Camille de Rothschild, whose Roche name is Andrea, or Cambarosa, Barbarossa or something. I also got Tabarosa, but it's Cambarosa. She's going to try that show Tabarosa in Spirit Plan on 694, 695, 1181 Hertz, Akashic Records. But if your boy controller that guy, I mentioned his name on here. I will drop docs, put it on my Facebook. Anyways, to make a long story short, she came for me along with Zendaya. And this bitch here, man, I can't stand. I actually saw her soul consciousness on one of her, on Instagram. It was on, I was on the show. One where they got her stuck in the ground, and the brothers are trying to pull her out of some shit. Bury her. I was able to get her shit from there. So to make a long story short, I was gonna say, they started. She came with that bullshit, fucking with my consciousness, trying to steal my right to be Hekate something. And one of my child spirit guides, higher selves, actually got eliminated, early tonight. Make a long story short, I had to call on the Egyptian gods, and she's stolen from me or something, and it's controlling their consciousness. It's too much. I don't know what the fuck is going on with that. But anyway, she was fucking with him, and get what? I think it was a bud who's in charge of the Baphomets. let her have control. So to make a long story short, she they look all fucked up and everything else. She's like shit green. So not in a good place. It's my eyes. So anyways, to make a long story short, she, my child spirit guide, she was smart. She just showed a soul contract to say, man, y'all get the fuck up out of here with this bullshit. So later on, she steals a significant piece of my consciousness that I believe is connected to them. They used like some months ago to usurp me, take me over. I mentioned, I think it was the Hathor video or something. Still a lot of shit. I'm supposed to be related to ISIS through my dad. Snatch the ancestor entity attachment, whatever the fuck, up, and then stole a huge significant part of my consciousness. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm gonna say Hekate's name. Her real name is Hekate or Early Church Ilhissa. Zendaya Coleman's highest self was Jessica Ilhissa, but she'll put it on my child spirit guide, but it's actually originally hers. That was the name of her Hekate. And they're gonna do something. They put it as a black woman, a relative. They do a lot of fuckery. Like I say, they got me arguing, speaking in the spirit plane, like vocally with these motherfuckers, physically like a schizo, and I can't do that. I can't operate like that. That's why I was wearing the Florida water. That's why I'm trying to get that tea tree oil. That shit's good for putting you back together. Really, it's almond oil, but tea tree oil is good for refining your physical body and all that shit. Your spirit body, that's the 3517 hertz is 117 hertz combined with 800 hertz right there. I'm playing that, as a matter of fact, along with 165 hertz, trying to get my shit back. So like gold watch. Also 175 hertz. It was stealing bearing Sam with his shit in the spirit plane and all that. I heard, by the way, he had to eat breadfruit to get his shit back. It's a whole lot of shit. So anyways, they did something where my consciousness, I'm really saying some subliminal shit. I want to mention, I even had a nightmare about the Illuminati trying to kill me off and make me into a taupe, a Rika doll or something, where you have me categorized as a financial plan in the spirit plane where they steal all your shit. I was about to get all my shit, by the way, all my consciousnesses earlier. 165 hertz I heard helps. 142 hertz helps get shit that's like hard to find. I also surmise, I think 155 hertz, 145 hertz, which is good with correcting shit. I was using that earlier to get my shit back from the girl that soul swapped me, Ashley LaFouche. Had a La Colette. I think her name is an O or something. It's all this evil ass shit, but I just... Anyways, to make a long story short, by the way, financial plan is what they call a person that's going to be born an MK Ultra slave. And, with them motherfuckers are trying to steal my whole fucking body parts. That's why I look all fucked up the way in which I do. And I had to argue with these motherfuckers like a schizo, and I'm just like, why you letting these motherfuckers have my body parts? Don't do that shit. That's a part of my consciousness. That's a part of who the fuck I am, regardless of what the fuck you think, bitch. That's my shit. Fuck a guy, fuck you. That's my motherfucking shit. You don't steal people's bodies. You don't steal their fucking body parts. Get the fuck out of here. So with that being said, I was using, I think, 175 hertz, which helps with healing. You can add as many zeros as you get all around as possible. 165 hertz is good. Another one that's pretty good, like if it's recent, is 1113 hertz. So I'm gonna try that. They started trying to fuck with the 117 hertz combined with 800 hertz. 3517 hertz is my perennial. There's also a couple of others. I'm gonna try to name. That's on the tip of my tongue. I want to say 3819, but I don't think it's that, or 4217. I don't think it's either one of those. I got them all on my other cell phone. I got so much evil. That's another thing I saw in here. I saw that shit too with a hand. You know, that I got to work on. It might be Cersei's. Because he's actually come physically on a couple of occasions talking about, is she ready for me to be able to eat her or not? You know, hoping that I don't have, you know, any light in my fucking apartment and all that shit. But anyways, I got a list of frequencies y'all can fucking play, but one point nine hertz, 3.8 hertz. Heard somebody might try to block shit. I hope that doesn't happen. I don't need that bullshit. With that being said, you know, if I forget anything, I'll drop docs on Facebook. With that being said, 3.8 hertz is mad. That looks cool, like church. It's mad, you know, great to use to try to get shit back, but I heard it's more complex. They're replacing ball and all of that in my timelines and all that to block me from getting my shit back. They're trying to remove something right now, so I can't. I keep hearing this bitch had part of my soul consciousness in hers. I heard they got rid of roach attachment. In the middle of the night, you know, with that being said, hopefully nobody tries to block me. I forgot what I wanted to say regarding this, but, you know, I dropped God's real name, you know, my Facebook. Like I say, if I don't say something here, I'll just drop it on there. I'm just, you know, like I say, I got fleeced by the Rothschilds the other day. Like I said, this is just... And Zendaya's, by the way, you know, if God tries to block you, if I put these people dates and numbers and shit up there, you know, just, you know, I drop God's name, look at my Facebook and shit. With that being said, she, there was something else. I'm being made to forget. I feel like motherfuckers trying to control me tonight. I say, and I heard the Roaches, 3-Eye Atlas on Route 14 teach me this. Say that according to cosmic law, y'all can't do shit. Y'all can't do something. I don't, trying to kill my ass off. There was something I wanted to mention. It's on the tip of my motherfucking tongue. I see some, I don't know, man, but I know they took my shit. Not them, but these niggas. Cause motherfuckers who trying to tell you shit to trick you and throw you off. So you gotta watch it, you know. That's why I say 694, 695 hertz, 1181 hertz. But there was something important. I want to mention too, I got word they did something to, you know, they killed off Baron Samity and all, you know, his real name I mentioned is just, I can't remember, like I say, man, you know, if they try to block y'all with all this shit, you know, I drop your boys, dogs, drugs.